Hi there. So this one is about memorizing. And I think this will be fairly easy to understand. We've talked about this before. There are two kinds of memorizing. Let's say you have a language class and you have like Latin and you have to study words and you know what's the definition, what is house in Latin, what is house in French or whatever it is. And that's very simple and you memorize the word and the sentence and that's what it is. But this is a little different. A lot of the times of course in school, you'll have the definition of a concept and you memorize those words and you're actually memorizing just the words, and sometimes we don't really understand what the definition is. So I saw this, so I'm going to just use the example that they use because it's a good one. So for instance, let's just say there's some history class or whatever, which of course you're not taking, but just for an example. And the definition, you have to study the word tariff. It's going to be on a test. And the definition for that in your textbook is a system of duties on imports and exports. And you memorize it. It's on a flashcard. You got it down good. And the only way to get that right is if the instructor asks it exactly that way. What is the definition of tariff? And that's what you're expecting. If they ask it any other way, and instructors, of course they do, they want to know if you really understand it. They're not going to ask it that way, and that's where we get into trouble. So that is not the right way to memorize things that have more concept to them. What you want to do is this, and it's really easy, super easy, just a couple of steps. The first thing you do is you memorize that actual definition word for word. That's fine. But the next thing you do is you say to yourself, what does that mean? In my own words, what does it mean? What does tariff mean? In my own words. And if I don't understand it, like let's say I don't understand what system of duties, what does duties mean? Job responsibilities? What is that? No, and if you don't understand that, there is no way you would know that it's a type of a tax. So if your instructor puts the question on a test like this, name the different kinds of taxes, or what is a tax? Something to do with the word tax. You'll be like, tax? I didn't study anything with the word tax. What the hell is she talking about? Why is she trying to trick me? But she's not. It's because duties are a type of tax, but all you did was memorize the words. So we can't do that. It doesn't work. So the first thing, of course, is memorize the words. You have to know what that is. Really, do you understand what the meaning is yourself, that you can recall it yourself in your own words? Do you have to look up any words? Do you not understand the concept? Look it up. That's fine. And then maybe there's a fact or an example that you can give. And I'm sure in psych, this happens a lot. Like, here's what we're learning. Okay, I understand that. That's this concept. And what's an example of that? And once you have that, you're going to ace the test. So, hope that makes sense. Always go a little bit deeper. Okay, that's it.